What's up guys, Justin here from Real World Strength, back with another Technique Talk Thursday. So this is the last week of the CrossFit Open, and as with every year prior, there's probably going to be thrusters in it. So let's talk about how to do the thruster more efficiently. Okay, first of all, let's be clear on what a thruster is. It's a front squat into a push press, or a front squat push press combo. You do a front squat, and then as you're coming out of the bottom of the squat, use momentum from your legs, launch the weight up, and press it overhead. You can also think of it as a push press that starts with a full squat instead of a quarter squat. Thrusters are a great movement for total body conditioning. Also, nobody likes them. Just nobody. They're like burpees. If you like burpees, you're probably a midget. That's it. If you like thrusters, there's gotta be something wrong with you. They're brutal. They hit virtually every muscle in the body through a very long range of motion. And for that very reason, they gas you out very quickly. In addition, unlike with burpees, thrusters are just nastily punishing. I'm gonna say nastily is a word. If you have any immobility. In order to not be completely miserable during thrusters, you need to have a very good front rack position. That's imperative, first of all. And you need to have a good overhead position. If you don't have those two things, it doesn't matter what else you do, thrusters are going to suck super bad. The only way around that is through, really. The only way around that is through. You have to stretch and mobilize like it's your job until you can achieve these normal physiological ranges of motion. Good front rack position, first and foremost, and also a good overhead position. Now, before I go over all the ins and outs of how to efficiently execute a thruster, I'm just going to assume that you have taken my advice and taken care of your front rack and your overhead positions, at least to the best of your ability. So we got that? Good. Now let's talk technique. Thrusters hit two main muscle groups harder than anything. That's your legs and your shoulders. Your legs are a lot stronger and they have more slow twitch fibers, which means your shoulders are what's going to poop out first. So here's the workaround. Use your legs as much as you can on every single rep. Now this requires two things. First, your rack position can't suck. And second, you gotta keep the weight connected to your shoulders as long as possible. Now just like with a push press or a jerk, if you start pressing that weight overhead before your legs have a chance to really launch it, you're just gonna tire out your arms faster and you won't be as effective in your workout. Also, there's only one position where I recommend that you stop and breathe, and that's holding the bar overhead at lockout. If you stop and breathe in the front rack position, you've got this weight crushing your thorax, making it harder to get air into your lungs. In the overhead position, you're nice and stable, the bar's right over the middle of your body, and you can breathe freely. Now obviously this requires you to be strong in your overhead position, so if you aren't, you better get working on fixing that. Okay, now let's talk pacing. First of all, you should have a pretty good idea of what your comfortable thruster pace is. If you're at like some crazy high level, like you've got a 215 Fran, that's probably really fast, like as fast as you can possibly move. If you're more of a normal human being, that's probably going to be a little bit slower, maybe about 2 seconds per rep. But at any rate, know what your, I guess your volitional pace is for a thruster, what the rate at which you can continuously move and, you know, get through a decent number of reps, like 15 or more. Know that pace. If you're in a workout with a whole lot of thrusters in it, let's just say they decide to throw, I don't know, 100 thrusters for time tonight, which would be awful. Go until your legs start burning, because that's what's going to build up lactate faster, and then start using that breathing at lockout technique that I just showed you. Remember that your legs have more slow twitch fibers. They're better at clearing lactate than your shoulders. But if they're under constant tension, eventually they will start to burn. They will start to feel like they're catching on fire a little bit. And taking that breath at lockout will give you just enough time to clear out some of that and continue moving. Now, once your shoulders feel like they're starting to burn, that's when you drop the bar. Like I said, your legs clear out lactate faster. So if your shoulders start to build up that acid, it's going to take them longer to make that go away. Okay, now let's talk dumbbell thrusters. Here's the thing, if you've got any thrusters with dumbbells, you want to keep the weights as high on your shoulders as you can, and then really pop them up with the legs, and then just punch the lockout, stabilize them, and then bring them back down. The main challenge is going to be to stabilize the dumbbells independently of one another throughout the whole movement. I would say that pound for pound, dumbbell thrusters feel about 50% harder than barbell thrusters. Barbell thrusters, I'm cool with. Dumbbell thrusters are the devil. So to recap, 1, take care of your front rack position. That's just so important. 2, make sure your overhead position is on point. 3, use your legs as much as you possibly can to spare your shoulders. And 4, try not to die. That's about it. Love them or hate them, thrusters are a part of the game for us. And being good at thrusters means that you're probably good at a whole bunch of other things. So happy thrustering, good luck in 17.5, and we'll see you next time.